Hey guys, this is Project StarCraft coming at you with another project review. I actually have a friend here today, and we're actually going to talk about the Auria EQ276W 27-inch IPS LED monitor. My friend is Compy. Ammon, how are we doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Doing good?
Doing good.
On this first run, we haven't practiced it all first?
Yeah, Stephen forgot to have the audio recorded.
No, he doesn't. He's lying. He's lying. Anyway, so where can they find you, Ammon?
I have a website at Desksmiths.com. I'm working on some custom stuff that I have posted there, so you guys should check it out.
Okay, we'll definitely link that in the video. So what we have here today is a 27-inch IPS monitor that comes from Korea. We actually stumbled upon this information from PC Perspective, and you can find that at pcper.com. They actually did an article about the monitors that were actually coming from Korea. And what's going on is Apple, I'm sure everyone's familiar with Apple's products, right? Everyone has an iPhone. I'm sure you have like 8 of them. So what Apple does is they actually get access to some very, very high quality screen information, and they only take the top of the line, like the A+ considered ranks, right?
Yep.
So whenever, so if there's any kind of flaw, even if it's like minute, they exit. You know, even if it's a light pixel or a light discoloration or light adjustment, they'll get rid of it. So what some of the Korean vendors have been doing is actually been reselling these as very, very high resolution, very, very sexy monitors for a substantial discount. So Auria is actually one of the brands that have been doing it. So this is one of their monitors. So Eamon, tell me about the monitor a little bit. So where did you get it?
Well, I bought this one at Micro Center, and that's the only place, as of right now, a retail store where you can go in the U.S. to pick one of these up. Otherwise, they are available online. Micro Center sells them for $3.99, and there are a lot of pluses to picking it from Micro Center. If you order them online, you can get them as cheap as $300 online. Not this particular model, but other models that have some stripped down features. So
how much was this?
This one was $3.99. So
okay.
Default. I opted to pay for a 2-year warranty, and I'll go into that here in a little bit. But reasons that this particular one is good versus ones online is that it does have a DVI, dual link DVI port, a HDMI port, which you can't really see them, so I don't know if it will show it to them, but and a VGA input, as well as audio ports. This particular screen does have speakers. They are pretty poor quality, but they would work good in case you forget your headphones at a LAN or something and you just need some audio. I would not recommend it over any speakers or headphones of any kind.
So what's the resolution?
It is 2560 by 1440.
It's way bigger than 1080p. That's like two 1080p's almost.
It's
right?
almost two 1080p screens. It is exactly 77.78% more pixels than a 1080p display.
That's ridiculous.
It is epic.
What's the hertz on it? It's
this
60
one
hertz,
is a
right?
60 hertz model. There is some that are overclocked or overclockable that you can buy online, but this particular model is not that way.
So let's go ahead and turn it on a little bit, and we'll discuss some of the differences between buying a Korean monitor as opposed to a monitor from Best Buy or something like that. Why? I mean, there were some different components that we talked about. So, in addition to there was some difference about having American ports or something like that.
Yeah, this. I won't show you the cable because it's plugged in, but the actual port that plugs into the wall is different in the United States than what is in Korea. So that's one of the advantages of buying it from Micro Center here in the U.S. is that it comes with the American cable, so you don't have to go out of your way to go and purchase that. It's only like a $10 part, but it's just less hassle. I didn't want to have to deal with that. Also, by buying it from Micro Center, I get a pixel perfect guarantee. Stephen or Projekt brought up that Apple only buys A+ monitors. That is not, don't take that as meaning that because this is not coming from Apple, that this is a poor quality display. There's lots of things that can factor into why a monitor didn't get an A+ rating. One of those is a dead pixel. Micro Center has a 100% pixel perfect guarantee. So I didn't have to order this online worrying about if I had a dead pixel or two in this display. That is not the problem. Also, it's important to let you know that what factors into that A+ rating for a monitor is sometimes it is a mechanical diagnostic test that they do. It's not necessarily something that the naked eye can perceive.
Yeah.
It's something that the computer system did. It is able to tell that in some way this is not worth an A+ rating. This is an A- display. I'm going to say that it's an A- display because there is no discoloration of any kind. There's no dead pixels. There's no hot spots. In my perceivable eye, this is a perfect display. If you took an Apple display and set it side by side, you'd be able to tell no difference.
So as we round up this IPL-TAC game, if I can get the buttons figured out, it'll actually just demonstrate the kind of sound quality. It's kind of tinny, but it gets the job done a little bit, as you heard a little couple quirks in there. I'll actually get the replay restarted. But, so the screen quality looks amazing. The text looks sharp. The character or the unit animations look crystal clear. They're very, very crisp. You see here, Liquid Hero actually twitching out or cycling his hotkeys there. But for gaming, I'm the kind of guy that I hate ghosting. I can't notice any ghosting in this right now. Everything looks perfect. Let's see here. Are there any downsides? Are there any problems with the monitor or any issues with gaming?
Coming from having used a lot of different high-end monitors, I would say the only downside, and this is being very nitpicky from someone that's dealt with a lot of monitors, the only downside I have seen is that I'm a little bit disappointed in the brightness, just a tiny, tiny bit, which is adjustable. I have not adjusted it. We found out that it's not at max brightness. It's at 80%, I think, right now. Also, I have not adjusted the contrast, and so that's something I might look into adjusting. But the color quality is amazing. This is an LED display. It's really absolutely beautiful. It's 27 inches. I don't know that we mentioned that before. I went from a 23 inch to this, so it's a substantial increase. 23 inch.
It's got
1080p display.
It's got some nice tilt as well. You can adjust it from there. And Ammon actually showed me that it actually has some a little bit of some vertical tilt to it.
Yep.
So it has a little bit of flexibility to it, and that's awesome. So, what type of user would actually end up purchasing
I think
this?
3 or 2 primary different types of users: gamers and professionals, professional artists, or those that use AutoCAD, Maya, ZBrush. Those are some of the professional programs that would greatly benefit from a display like this. I do a lot of work with ZBrush and 3D modeling. This monitor is amazing for that. You get excellent color quality, excellent resolution.
Now, does every gamer want this?
Does every game work for it?
Does every gamer want this monitor?
Yes, every gamer wants this monitor.
Well,
yes.
Your mom's computer, I know she plays the Facebook's game. Can she play StarCraft on, her old?
I would want to play.
GT?
I would want to play that at this resolution. No. No, if you're just a traditional user that's going to go and surf the web and just do Facebook games or whatever, this is not for you. Even though this is in the for a lot cheaper price, this is about 50% or 75% cheaper than a standard resolution in the U.S. at this for this type of monitor. Even though it's that much cheaper, it's still this is still a high-end monitor. Like I said, I paid $399 default, and then I opted to pay for the 2-year warranty. So I paid $450 for this. Other people online have paid for this same thing or similar, between $300 and $350.
Also, too, because it's a higher resolution, it requires a little bit more graphical processing power in order to display the screen properly.
You can't use a standard DVI cable. You'll need to use a dual-link DVI, which is a higher-end, high-speed DVI cable.
Gotcha. In order to get the resolution on
to push that many pixels. Yeah.
So this might be considered an enthusiast, someone
this is
that
definitely
really
an enthusiast product.
Not just a casual gamer or anything like that.
Yeah, I guess technically not for a casual gamer, but I'm not a casual.
I'm
a hardcore gamer. So, as a hardcore gamer, really the only complaint that I have about this monitor is that it is not 120 hertz. That is the only complaint I have as a hardcore gamer. If this was 120 hertz, that would definitely be a dream come true. It would be too. It would be too good for the price.
Too good for the price.
Yeah, but I think personally, my opinion is that these high resolution displays in the U.S. currently are overpriced. They are too expensive, which we're going to see them being, dropping in price.
Price coming a little bit.
Especially with some of these Korean ones really stealing a lot of that market share, probably from Dell and Apple. So this will work with an Apple display. Like I said, you can get super high resolution display for $400 versus $800 for Dell.
Yeah.
Dell's low end model is about $800, $850 at this same resolution. Apple's is $1,000. So you are going to get a better build quality as far as the frame. This is a pretty cheap chassis compared to Dell's. I don't really like Dell's frame, but of course compared to Apple's aluminum, brushed aluminum frame is definitely a lot better quality. But
so on a scale from 1 to 10, what would you rate it?
I would give this a 10.
Really?
Yes, I would give it a 10. If I was going to be extra nitpicky, I would give it a 9.5.
Okay. So Eamon was really excited about his purchase.
I'm very happy about this monitor.
Any last words?
Only other thing is, as far as gaming goes, if those of you that are curious what you need to push this resolution, older generation cards will run. This is StarCraft. It's running in Ultra with a GTX 570 at this resolution. But a lot of other games like Battlefield 3, you're gonna need some hardcore stuff. I'm running triple GTX 670s. Yeah, so I don't have a problem running anything at this resolution. But just so you know, I would recommend, if you're serious about using this for gaming, for like Battlefield and things, I would recommend dual GTX 670s or possibly 660 Ti's that we just came out as a minimum. That's my personal preference. Just so you know, Battlefield 3 runs at about lowest at 60 frames per second using dual GTX 670s on the largest multiplayer map with 64 players. That's minimum. It'll actually run at a steady, really more constant 90 frames per second with two 670s.
So this will be a good monitor to be as a final purchase for wrapping up your super sexy supercomputer.
Yep, that sure would.
All right, so that's Compy. You can find him at Desksmiths.com. On Projekt, you can find me here. Hit the subscribe button if you like what you saw. I think it's right up there. You can also check me out at twitch.tv and twitter.com at Projekt21. Thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate it.